Here at the Quintillion Institute, we've got tolerable lab coats, world-class researchers, and most importantly, a whole lot of words about words. And today, we've got a double feature just for you. I'm so pleased that you're here with us today because, as I've just mentioned, our research teams have outdone themselves and rediscovered a pair of pairs of words about words. That's right. Today we have news of 4 words about words. And of course, no amount of anticipatory fanfare will do them proper justice, so let's get right into it. The first pair of words starts with the word climax, and I know what you're thinking. That's where a story is supposed to end up, not begin, but of course that's what makes this all so much fun. Actually, you're probably most used to hearing the word climax used to describe the most significant part of a story. It's the part of greatest action, or intensest intensity. It's the big payoff. But I don't really have the attention span for grand narratives. On the level of the sentence, climax is used to describe the practice of arranging the parts of your sentence in order from least to most important, from smallest to biggest, or from worst to best. Climax also goes by the name Anabasis, which completes our first pair of words about words. Anabasis is a rather more exciting word, but I will admit that climax is probably easier to remember. At any rate, climax is at work in any of these fine sentences. We enjoyed all sorts of treats at the party: handcrafted candies, fine pastries, and a spectacular multi-tiered cake. Jan was determined to win every spelling bee, local, district, regional, national, all on her way to becoming world champion. Douglas had lost his job, his house, his health, his family, and his self-respect. Of course, value is subjective. The point here is not to quibble over whether one thing really is more important than another. Really, the idea is that writers can arrange the parts of their sentences in such a way that each step increases the intensity or drama of that sentence. And it works on a larger scale too. For example, many writers will put their weaker arguments first and then build towards their stronger ones. That way, their final impression is also their strongest impression. There are no doubt all kinds of uses for anabasis or climax. However you use it though, I always like to think of it kind of like a crescendo in music. Making your points progressively louder as you go gives you a resounding finish that will linger in your reader's memory. For all of our terms today, the ordering of ideas creates an effect that is greater than the sum of its parts. If you were to list your ideas haphazardly, then they would all work individually. If you arrange them in a climactic structure, then they'll build towards a grand finish. But if you arrange them in an anticlimactic order, they'll all work together to dwindle away. That's right, we're ending with the term anticlimax. But that's not an anticlimactic way to end the video, because the other term for anticlimax may just be my new favorite word of all time. It is catacosmesis. So a word for anticlimax serves as the climax of this video. How's that for confusing? But at this point, you probably don't need me to tell you what catacosmesis is, because it's the opposite of climax. It's the ordering of sentence parts from most to least. And come to think of it, maybe that is a little anticlimactic after all. Either way, here are some examples. Dennis just wanted his wife and kids and parents and boss to respect him. George, Richard, and Gracie are some of my friends in order of preference. As the boat sailed away, Luna watched her old life recede into the ocean mist. Friends and family, work and play, the shops and sidewalks, plants and animals, even finally, the blinking light at the end of the pier. All of them giving way to the void of possibility. In most cases, anticlimax serves to end with a light touch. Where climax ends with a boom, anticlimax fades into the background. Of course, you could also use anticlimax climactically. Charlie plummeted from the airplane. The air roared around his face, and he first recognized his county, then his hometown, then his neighborhood, his street, and then a very unwelcome welcome mat. So you see, there's always room to try something a little creative. While the geography is listed from biggest to smallest, this situation grows increasingly dire. It's catacosmesis playing at Anabasis, and it's an undeniably good time. So there you have it, climax and anticlimax, or anabasis and catacosmesis. Handy tricks that involve putting things in order to create an effect of getting either louder or quieter. You could even use both at the same time and create a sort of rising and falling effect if you felt so inclined. Like all words about words, how you use them is entirely up to your creative design. So have at it and take your readers on a wild or perhaps even tame and very pleasant ride through varying degrees of intensity. And of course, thank you for stopping by the Institute. We don't often get to share pairs of words about words, so it really was a singular treat to share these words with you today. Now I suppose we shall conclude catacosmetically, asking for your ongoing support by encouraging you, as always, to subscribe, to comment, and to like. And with that, I'll bid you farewell until next time. No, ending catacosmetically does not mean wrapping up with a feline makeup demonstration. Whatever gave you that idea?